Alright, all of our boys have hit level 16. I think they all evolve first at level 16. Some of them might be level 18. But most of them level 16. Or maybe they're all level 18 and I'm just misremembering. But anyway, we now have our evolved boys. Now my thing still stands. Chikorita is the worst starter and therefore all of its evolutions belong in the Chikorita tier, which is just always going to be the lowest form. I can't remember what the loadout was, if it was S, A plus, A, B, C, D, but we're going to run with this one for the mid stages because I feel like we need some, there's definitely some diversity in here. Don't get me wrong, the mid stages are very different from the first stages. Like for alligators mid stage, I just don't enjoy. We're also looking at them whether or not they're a good evolution. Like Chikorita's evolution here is actually good, but it's in the worst tier because of Chikorita, and I hope Bayleaf knows. It's purely, that's why it's the Chikorita tier. It's the worst tier. Right, moving on. Gen 1s again, I suppose. Charmeleon might actually be one of the greatest mid stages I've ever seen. He just perfectly bridges the gap between Charmander and Charizard. Where the rest of them all kind of look like awkward teenagers, he actually looks kind of cool. And I actually enjoyed using him. So, Charmeleon, S tier. What is next? Wartortle. Now, I like Wartortle, but he's going to go slap bang in the middle. And it's purely because they gave him these wispy bits and the weird ears that just don't continue onto Blastoise at all. And I feel like it's kind of misleading. He does look a little bit more grown up. But, you know, there's still a big gap between Blastoise and this guy. Whereas Charmeleon, you know, you can kind of see it. You can see Charizard's head. There's no wings there, obviously. But I just don't like the misleadingness behind this. These little things. And Ivysaur, I would say it's an A plus or an A. It's definitely almost an S. I would say, you know, I can't put both Gen 1s in S tier. But I might actually do this. I actually think Ivysaur might actually be a little bit better. Purely, but just because, you know, look at it. And what Bulbasaur does, this just exemplifies. I'm just taking a minute to really just stare at Ivysaur. I really like it. I didn't realize how much I like Ivysaur. That's cool. Alright, Gen 2. We've already got one of them in. Where are the other two? U, D. Look at my fat little Totodile evolution boy. Terrible. Quilava. I think that's his name. Quilava is actually quite good. I like it. I like the fire. But what it did on Pokemon Go is going to have to go behind here. We can't consider this canon because on Pokemon Go it is also considered canon that he does not have the flames on all the time. So we can't have him looking this cool all the time. So therefore he doesn't belong. With the flames, I'd say he's about here. Without the flames, at least one tier down. You can't keep him around. Next up we have Gen 3, I believe. I'm absolutely flying through this one. Combusken. I think it's a pretty C type. You know, it's a bird and it's evolved to, I think it's kind of like a rooster. It kind of looks like the chickens from Chicken Run. And that's what I always kind of base this guy on. And I didn't like Chicken Run. So this guy I don't like. That's pretty straightforward. It looks like the chickens. Are they chickens in Chicken? I assume they're chickens. And yeah, it's kind of scary how much he looks like the chickens from Chicken Run. At least from what I can remember. Grovyle, masterclass. They've taken Trico and they've taken Sceptile. Sceptile's a really cool Pokemon. And they've taken Trico, and Trico's not that great. But they've made Grovyle unreal. Not only is he powerful, I just love the little, like, arm pieces he's got. I would pick Blaziken over Sceptile any day. But I'd pick Grovyle over Combusken. Which means I would ruin my evolution line. Just to have this boy. He is cool. I like him. Generation 4. They did so well with the starters, and they do justice. I would say that Monferno is cool. I like him. Does he belong in A tier is to be seen. We might move him. Prinplup. I need to be careful. A lot of people love Piplup, so you know I could put him up here because Piplup's evolution line, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty perfect. And you know what? I stick by that. Prinplup, beautiful Pokemon. Absolutely love it. Grottle, on the other hand, is a little bit terrible. I like Turtwig, and I like... Oh, geez, I'm blanking on the name. That's embarrassing. Oh, come on. How do you not remember Torterra? Come on, Michael. So, I like Torterra. My head is in my hand at the minute because I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. There's so many Pokemon. How am I going to do the whole of Generation 1 if I can't even decide where Grottle goes? Grottle, you're in C-type. I'm sorry, mate. That's where you belong. Moving on. Gen 5. Obvious, up to the top. Pignite, whole evolution line. Absolutely beautiful. 10 out of 10. Next up, Servine. Don't like it. Kind of looks like a weird kind of snake. It loses its arms. You know, I'd rather they just cut its arms off early. It's kind of mean giving Servine arms when he loses them in the final evolution. On a real though, I kind of want to do this. That makes me feel better that this thing's actually at the very bottom. The chicken run chicken. That's where you belong. Where's Duot? Duot is actually almost pushing. He might actually be pushed for the second greatest water type mid-evolution. And you know what? I stand by that. Look how cool Duot looks. I might have been cruel with Oshawott, but don't get me wrong. Duot and Samurott, they're in the top 3 at least. Top 3 is in S, A+, and A. Not top 3 is in top 3 of the S tier. You probably won't appear. Samurott probably won't appear in these three. In this one again. He might appear in A+. It just depends. You really only know when you're looking at them. Now you can sit here and watch this video and go, oh, I'd move this to here, or I'd move Grottle or Grovile or whatever his name is, Grottle up to A+. Shut up! This is my list. I decide. And what other Gen 5s? Is that all Gen 5? It is indeed. Pignite is up here because I love Tepig and I will not tolerate Tepig slander in the comments. Your comment will be gone if you mention Tepig in an unflattering fashion. How dare you? Quilladin D. Literally a ball that does not connect to either of his evolutions. He has a human face. I don't even think I've ever played in a game where I've seen this Pokemon. He just makes me scared. I don't like him at all. Something that I do like about Gen 6, surprisingly, is Braixen. I actually think that Braixen is probably better than both of these Pokemon here, even though Servine. I've done Servine dirty. Let's move him above Grottle. Grottle's just a big derpy boy. But I do think that Braixen deserves to be in B tier. Braixen for B for Braixen. That fits. What else is in Generation 6? Frogadier. Frogadier is a really good Pokemon. A+. He's not an S tier this time purely because we can only have 3 in S tier of each type. That is my rules that I've imposed upon myself, and I'm not going to break them. I'm going to try and stick to them. Oh no, we forgot Marshtomp. We forgot Marshtomp. Wherever will Marshtomp go? Suck it, Marshtomp. I hate you. The Mudkip line belongs at the bottom. They're all terrible. I hate them. Swampert maybe moves to a C, but the rest of... like, look at them. Any starter with an open mouth deserves to be in the bottom tier. Any of you have an open mouth? No. Just the open mouth, boys. It's so unsettling. Like, why do you have an open mouth all the time? Like, he's got a weird tooth as well. Oh, you just belong here. In fact, I can't put you in Chikorita tier. If there was a tier below Chikorita... Maybe I should make another tier. No. I would, but I can't. I don't know how to spell your name. Alright, you belong here for the time being. What else is Gen 6? Is that all of Gen 6 done? I believe so. We're on to Gen 7, and we should only have 6 left. I can't believe I forgot something. And I just moved on. I was like, yep, that just shows how terrible he is. He's not memorable. Generation 6. Now, while Rowlet was at the top, much like... not like Frogadier at all. Much like Totodile. Dartrix, I really don't like. He looks a bit... I prefer him to these boys, I'll be honest. You know, no open mouth. He just kind of looks a bit weird. I don't really know. He doesn't link together with Decidueye very well. And Rowlet is too cool to become this. Like, he kind of... There's something off about him. Like, look at him. He's got like a little grass... He's got a little grass bow tie. Let me put him above Grottle. I like the grass bow tie. I like the grass bow tie. He's above Growl, right? You belong there, Dartrix. What's next? Brion, yep. This is going to be a very bottom heavy. You know, the mid tiers aren't very well liked. Torracat, on the other hand, I think is a lot better than Litten. I also think it's a lot better than the final evolution. And I feel that Torracat, while leveling out, well, not really leveling out the list, but it does kind of deserve this place on the list, I think. But somewhere in me just wants to kind of move him either up or down. I don't really feel he's an A type. I don't think these two should be together. But we'll keep him here for the time being. We might move him. Speaking of Pokemon, though, that have like a good increase in their design, why don't we look at the complete opposite at Drizzle? Drizzle is better than any of these. I can't put Drizzle on the open mouth territory. In fact, Brion deserves better than the open mouth territory. But Drizzle, I just don't like it. I don't like the green that comes into Drizzle. I don't really understand why they did that. He's a little bit emo. Inteleon's quite cool. Inteleon's also not my favorite Pokemon, so you know there is that. Oh, my battery is low. That is not good. I'm gonna have to get a charger. I've got 16 minutes before my computer dies. Oh no, my laptop dies. Charging issues aside, Drizzle belongs in the C tier. He's a god-awful Pokemon. Please, please, don't fight me on it. What's next? What's next? Let's go Grookey Gang. I think that Grookey Gang is Thwacky Gang, sorry, is a straight B. Probably better than Breaksin, better than Quilava, somewhere in here. Reboot is better than Torracat. Not as good as Inferno. I would say Monferno is better than Grovyle. Let's just make sure we've got this. Put him to the front. Him above Ivysaur. I'd probably put him above Charmeleon, actually. Then we get into these ones. I prefer Raboot to him. Maybe Grovyle belongs at the bottom of A tier. Happy with that. Breaksin, you two are pretty much the same. In fact, I feel a little bit better about that. Breaksin, as far as the Pokemon goes, I'm never going to use again. I used it once and I hated every minute of it. Especially you, Delphox. We're coming for you. Dartrix, yeah, Grottle. Grottle's better than Drizzle. Drizzle's better than whatever this chunky boy's name is. Chicken Run's probably better than Brion. Yeah, look at the state of it. Then Open Mouth Breathers, and then we've got the worst of the worst, Chikorita tier Bayleaf. And that is us done with the mid evolutions. Thank you for watching. This is the same outro that I used for the first one, and I will use it for the last one. Consistency within the videos. Have a nice day. I hope you enjoyed it. The mid stages, does anyone really care about the mid stages? A lot of them are awkward. Dartrix is a little bit terrible. But, you know, overall, I do like them. I may have been a little bit harsh, but I can't have too top heavy of a list. Anyway, guys, on to the final stages next video. Peace.